Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everywhere in between. What's up? It's your boy. Wait, I pushed the wrong fucking button. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted right there. I don't know if we want to go that route. I'm thinking things out loud. Don't worry about me here. How's it going? Rage Cage 20 finally back with some classic World of Warcraft. I don't really need to, but I guess I don't need to. Anyway, it's gonna take me a second to get the treasure things happening. God damn, I swear. What do I have on me? Okay, that we'll go with that for now. We'll just do that for now. Anywho, it's gonna take me a second to get oriented, especially since I'm trying to focus while being attacked by creatures at the same time. It's not something I've had to do for a little bit now. And there's a lot I gotta get through right here out of the gate, so work with me here as I'm a little flabbergasted, and I will do my best to punch through. So first things first, it's been a hot minute since I played some World of Warcraft. Not because I haven't had the desire to play it, I haven't had the want to play it, or anything like that. It's just I haven't really recorded in a long time. Purely for the sake of trying to get the mass quantity of videos I had on my computer off of my fucking computer. Because, well, that's the wrong button again. Because, well, of course, I have quite a bit of space on my computer. I literally had... my quest has begun on Habitica. If you haven't checked out Habitica, I highly recommend it. It is really cool. Anywho, I thought I had text, but it was just telling me there was my quest has begun. Yes, I had... God, I think at one point I had around... somewhere near 100, if not over 100, near 100. Do you want it? No, you're undead. I don't care what you want. Though you might just take it from me anyways. Let's see how much mana this takes in general. Not like a fuck ton. So that's not bad. Of course, if I keep missing every fucking hit, that's kind of bad. Anywho. Let's drop the switch again. Because that's the only thing doing damage to him right now. Anywho. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, I had near 100 sections of video for World of Warcraft, and it was a goddamn nightmare. I'll just say that right now. I'm headed over to this section right now, and I'm just killing everything along my path. I know how much experience I have right now, and I will get to that in due time. I promise you. That is definitely something I will talk about. I will not leave you to the wolves on that one. I will let you in our world here in a moment, I promise. But yeah, so I was just spending time getting everything put into compressed videos and getting more of them out before I started recording again. So really behind the game. I'm sure there's been sure by now I probably could have been level 60 on at least this character, but like the thing about that is I didn't want to have like 100 gigs left of hard drive space, which is probably what would have happened if I kept recording as frequently, as consistently as I was. My dog whining? I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Come over here. See what happens to you. I can take you both. So now we got that down. I'm ready to record. But before we get into anything further, a little announcement to make. I have a shout out to give, as I promised I would. Wow, there's a low chance of it not going through. It did not go through. As I promised that I would. We got a shout out to my homie. I'm hoping I pronounce this correctly. I'm pretty sure it's Doovid, because it's two O's. It's either Doovid, Doovid, or Doovid. I'm going with Doovid. We'll see if I get it right. Doovid T, for getting, for actually not only getting it correct, but being like the only person who even attempted to guess that crit heal though. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bitch. God damn, that makes me sad when I miss. But being, one of the only people to actually take a guess on the thing that I proposed to people in the first part. Though of course, needing a decent hit, but I can't blame you. I like to think of myself as quite clever from time to time. But I need to be. I don't know. So when I was creating my character's name, for those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, I said in the beginning that my name was an anagram, and it is for something. And the first person who guessed it correctly would get a shout out. For those of you looking at it, is right here, Ivory Tier. Right there, if you get followed that well enough. Oh, bitch, get hit. Just go down. Just give up. Just fucking give up. There we go. And of course, an explanation is due for that, for sure. Hello, who the fuck? When I was trying to come up with a name, for some reason that's the first thing that popped into my head. And for some reason when I thought about, like, well, I'm not going to name a character Ivory Tier, because that makes no sense. That just sounds weird. But then I thought about switching the letters around, and I was just like, eh. But then I thought of, for the first thing that came to mind when I thought of switching the letters around was Tiv, T-I-V, and I was like, I kind of like Tiv as a name in general. That's kind of it's a cool, kind of like cute little nickname. And so I just went with it. I just rolled with it. That is, it's part of the nickname that I've given one of my friends, a close friend of mine, because I like to give. I've kind of over the last year been in the business of giving nicknames to some of my friends, and it's when it happens organically. I don't try to like come up with a nickname like, okay, this is yours now. Like, if it happens to where they do or say something and I just think of calling them some sweet little nickname or something, that's when it happens. That's when it comes out, and that's when you get yourself a nickname. And only two of my closest friends have gotten a nickname so far. Well, one of them, I guess, technically gave herself a nickname. So 3, I guess, total. Because if I'm thinking of another one for one of my friends, it would definitely be Rice Cracker. Because she's half white, half Asian. And she gave herself that nickname a long time ago, so I guess that technically would be my nickname for her, because it's like the funniest fucking nickname I've ever heard in my damn life. I know my mana is low, but it regenerates so fast, I don't give a fuck. I think that rhymed. That was sick. Anywho, the first nickname I gave, there's what I'm looking for. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. You don't want nothing to do with that. I'm gonna drink up real fast. Just get my mana back up to full. First nickname I gave one of my friends was Buddhist Snowflake. One of my really close friends, who I'm not gonna give her name away because that's her name to give away on her own if she so feels like it. But she was the best man at my wedding, and yes, I'm progressive like that. A woman was my best man. We call her best groomsperson, because she is definitely one of my best friends of all time. She's one of the nicest human beings I've ever seen in my fucking life. And one day, when she was being all sweet and nice, I just, I was just like, you're just like a Buddhist snowflake. Like, you're so pure and just nice and just such a sweetheart. And then I had a moment where I was talking to another friend of mine, and I was like, you know, a nickname started popping in my head, and for some reason Snowflake is where I go to. I don't know why Snowflake is where I go to, but that's just kind of how it happens. I don't know. But I was like, nah, I can't. Everyone can't be my Snowflakes, you know. I gotta come up with something else. And then I thought about it for a little bit, and the first thing that popped in my head, and it's like, I like this, I'm going with it, was Ivory Teardrop. Because much like Ivory, it's very pristine, very beautiful, much like this person. And the teardrop part comes from the fact that she is full of a lot of intense emotion. Usually sadness, which is unfortunate, but you know, life goes that way sometimes. I should have thought this. You know, that's just how life goes sometimes. We can't always do anything about it. We can't always make those choices ourselves. But you know, sometimes it's joy, happiness, passion, and whatnot. But you know, whatever she feels emotion, it's strong emotion, much like a teardrop. Teardrops don't come out unless there's a strong voice of emotion. So that's where the name came from. In case you're wondering, it's just the first thing that popped into my head, and I just like the thought of the name Tiv as a nickname. So again, Doovid, my homie. Thank you so much for just taking a guess and even thinking about it in the first place, and also your recent contribution of just comments and watching is much appreciated. Keep up the good work. I popped. No? What? Then what kept giving them? I don't know. Oh, must have been consecration. My bad. I was just like, what's the little 12s popping up? Like, did I pop my seal of righteousness? But I guess it was consecration. I thought consecration was over. Yeah, it was still popping up, and that was weird to do. But yeah, it's much appreciated, my man. I was gonna say, please don't be high level. There's quite a few high levels by that, and not that I couldn't get it, but it would take like all my mana. I'm not sure how I felt about that, but for now, we're fine. Anywho, I feel like popping this right now. See how this does me. There you go, that's good extra damage there. Unless I miss. But yeah, I would also like to praise just a little bit more for Mr. or Miss, I don't know, Doovid, because the name sounds like David, so I'm thinking dude, but I don't make assumptions, so who knows? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, I don't know. But my homie Doovid, I just noticed that he's been watching Pokemon, and I was just proud that someone who came in, or at least from my knowledge, came in watching World of Warcraft, was brave enough to stretch out and check out other things besides just World of Warcraft. Like that takes courage, and I applaud that, because I've been telling my viewers for years to like, hey, I do other stuff besides just World of Warcraft. Maybe check it out. You might like it. You never know. And I feel like none of them ever listened to me. So I just again want to praise. Thank you very much for having the courage to check out my other stuff. Much appreciated. My viewers are fantastic, and you're wonderful people. And it's definitely appreciated. So the next thing that I need to get out here, we'll start with the experience. Why not start with the experience? I know there's a couple things that have been probably routing around in your mind, like, you know, like my outfit and stuff. Like, what's going on with that? Due time. Due time. You know, I think I kind of mentioned it before, but at due time I'll mention it again. Well, first we'll talk about the experience. As I mentioned, I was like, you know, I was wondering, like, am I ever gonna need to like grind just whole levels of experience and stuff off camera because there's not enough quests or anything? Like, do I do that? Do I not do that? I don't really want to do that, but should I do that? I don't know. What am I gonna do? And I don't know if this is something I'm gonna keep up, but it's something I at least wanted to try. Alright, what's your at least you're a warlock, or a human, and not, part of the other peoples. So yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I grinded half a level, and then kind of waited for the rest of the experience. And I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, I forgot I have that. I'm gonna see if I like it or not. I'm gonna see how I'm feeling about it. Because I don't want to do it all the time, especially since now I have a bunch of rested experience that should probably be around for quite some time. Because I'm sure I have the full amount of rested experience I possibly can, which I believe is 2 levels, but I'm not 100% positive on that. I have no idea if I'm being honest with you, but I think so. What's the raptor one? Okay, this is String of Thorn. I have a feeling that all the quests I was looking for is up here. So we'll see. Maybe sometimes I need to grind half a level because I only have like 2 quests. Maybe I don't. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to feel this out so I can have it perfect down for future playthroughs of this game. Yeah, just kind of feeling things out. There we go. Work you over, bitch. Work you over. So this is just a test run, if you will. This is just my test run. You can have that one. I'm in a good mood today. You can have that one, especially since you're close to it, anyways. So yeah, this is the test run for my future playthroughs, so I can understand, like, if this sort of thing is gonna happen, what do I do, and this and that. So work with me here, people. I'm doing my best trying to figure out what I need to do to make these playthroughs run as smoothly as possible. Now that I know how Classic works in comparison. Switching over to my armor. As you notice, I'm wearing a lot of cloth and leather. Definitely not the full plate I was wearing before, and I think I don't need to. Okay, it's like as long as I don't miss a whole bunch of stuff, this should be fine. As I believe I mentioned, you can see all my armor that I'm rolling. As I believe I mentioned before, I had an easier time of things when I was just fucking around in my full holy gear. Because as we experimented with consecration, like, it was awesome, it was good, but it didn't do a whole lot of damage, especially for the amount of mana it was just draining from me. So I was just like, this is just not working very well. It's like I really wanted consecration, but now it doesn't really do much for me, and that's a problem. That's a big problem. And I noticed that, like, I never really had to drink or ran out of mana when questing in my holy set gear. So I was like, let's go test this out while we're grinding half a level to see would this work. And so far, yeah. I mean, as you can obviously see, I take a fuck ton of damage. Like, I don't have much armor, which is why I need devotion aura up. It gets pretty nasty. I do have that up good. But I'm able to kill things faster and actually use consecration. I only use it once when I'm against one target, but I will use it more if I'm against multiple targets. But yeah, since I have so much mana, things like, I need that raptor flesh. Oh, let's put it up here. I don't know if I need raptor eggs or not. Now let's drink one of these. I might need raptor eggs, so I'm gonna keep raptor egg. What was I gonna say? Real fat, baby. Sick spirit. Eat that shit. Yeah. Since I have a lot of mana, I use a full heal, or a holy light, and it heals me a lot for like not as much mana.